morning we have been out doing beach monitoring, which we do June, July, and August every year, testing primarily for E. coli. So we come out here once a week on a Monday morning to test 11 beaches along the Lake Superior coastline here in Cook County, basically just to see if they're safe for recreation throughout the week.
And that was Jimmy taking a sample with an underwater view. What's the water temp, Eli?
It's a 62.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a couple of primary functions. So we grab a water sample from every single site. We also get a duplicate sample from one site every single week just for quality control purposes. Then we collect some data that's meteorological, I guess I would say, in nature. So we're collecting air temperature, wind speed, wind direction, water temperature. 62 degrees. And then we're doing a lot of observation about what's going on with the lake and what's going on the beach. If we do get a positive hit, it allows us to go back and look at the data and get a sense of what the why behind it might be.
The Youth Volunteer Program is an opportunity for middle school aged youth in our community to volunteer over the summer months with local nonprofit and governmental agencies to get their toe dipped into the water of what it's like being a community volunteer, learn about what all these organizations do for our community, their benefits, and then at the end of the summer they have the opportunity to earn credits in exchange for their volunteer service that they can use to participate in cultural and recreational activities of their choice during the school year. My name is Sarah Waddle, and I am the Cook County Community Center Director and University of Minnesota Extension Educator here in Grand Marais. And I am connected to the Youth Volunteer Program because our community center runs the program. It's a little bit of an incentive to get kids hooked on volunteering at a young age to inspire that ethic throughout their lives, and also as maybe a first introduction to what sort of skills they might need to get a job when they eventually want to do that.
My name is Dylan Belangi and I'm 12 years old.
My name is Elias Munson and I'm 13 years old.
I picked it, this was my second choice because it sounded fun and it's super fun. I love it.
I decided to pick Soil and Water because I'd already worked with Steven before and it just was kind of a fun job to work. So I wanted to do it again. He's just kind of a relaxed, laid-back person, but he still has like a good work ethic. So he lets us kind of mess around a little, but we still get everything done on time.
I actually did beach monitoring without the youth volunteers for a year. And I can tell you that having these guys along has enhanced the work greatly. It not only goes faster, but we have a lot of fun along the way.
All right, that was the Soil and Water Pants with our carpool karaoke version of Don't Stop Believing.
My name is Katie Belangi, and I thought being a Cook County youth volunteer would be a great opportunity for Dylan to get to know different people in the community and to learn how to help out and volunteer. It's just a really cool opportunity for him to be outside and learning something about the environment in which we live and volunteering for the county. It's just a cool win-win.
You know, I think we tend to get volunteers who already have a pre-existing interest. But you can tell, we do an orientation event at the community center every year where we sort of do a recruitment event for the students or the youths, and they come and they talk to us about the various opportunities that are available throughout the county. And you can identify pretty quickly, like, okay, this is the half a dozen or so that are really interested in doing the work that we do.
The kids get to walk around and ask questions about the different sites and then submit their top preferences for where they might volunteer.
Sarah did a really nice job. The whole Cook County Youth Volunteer Program set it up for parents and kids in a way that was really accessible and welcoming. And I think it's a great way for kids who aren't old enough to work yet to get a sense for the opportunities that there are in the county and to meet people while they're at it, while they're doing it.
The people that I'm doing it with like really improve it because I like Jimmy because he's just kind of a laid-back person.
There is 67.
There you are, 67.
He's kind of more chill, and that's kind of nice sometimes in the car. And then Dylan's more kind of hyper.
I wouldn't say hyper, Eli. If anyone's hyper, it's you.
Yeah, my shirt is all wet. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try it. Oh, my arm. What was that? Oh, God. What if I hit a
You got anything to say?
Having the opportunity to just kind of hang out with these guys for 4 hours once a week in the morning is a real joy. They're all smart, they're really energetic, they're serious about the work, but I give them a little bit of rope too so that we can goof around and we can have some fun along the way. It makes the work go by a lot faster.
I mean, I like kersploshing.
Can you explain that?
Kersploshing is when you jump into water, feet first, and scream kersploosh, and then make the biggest splash you can.
That was a good save, Eli. Loading a bunch of 11 and 12-year-olds in a car and going on an adventure is a real joy for me because it's something that I don't get to do in my personal life. So I get a lot of gratification and satisfaction out of that as well.
So host sites definitely benefit from the service of a youth volunteer. However, youth volunteers in no way replace, the paid work that's important for these organizations. And I would say in all cases, taking on a youth volunteer is actually potentially more work than if you were to just do the thing yourself.
And I tripped and my waders are like filled to my ankles.
Exactly.
That was pretty run-of-the-mill horseplay. I think that.
But we're so grateful that these community organizations recognize the value of mentoring and working with local youth, and that they are willing to go that extra mile to incorporate youth into their work in order to see those long-term benefits of youth being invested in the community.
I think what should be recognized in this program is not just the opportunity that they're offering Cook County kids to see what happens in the county that they live in, but to see the people behind those programs and to build relationships with other adults in the county. I think that's so positive and just really cool because our community is small enough that they'll see these people when we're out and about in town, and now they have a connection and an experience with them that goes beyond whatever the work is that they were doing, but helps build those multi-generational relationships.
Being able to start your Monday morning driving 60 miles of coastline along Lake Superior and getting your feet in the water is about the best way that you can start a work week that I can think of. And I just am incredibly grateful that I get to do this all the time and that I get to do it with these characters because they're a lot of fun to be around.
We will now show you the art of kersploshing. We have Eli here to demonstrate.
What am I gonna do?
You're gonna kersploosh.
What kind of kersploosh?
A big one. Wait, yes, do your 360 to the superhero landing.
There was an upwelling last week. This spot went from
And that was a kersploosh.
around like 54